everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wildcard round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Dolphins going up against the Broncos. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Today, we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. Only a couple there, and so he'll be brought down about the 28. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Chris Ivory that time. And it'll bring up third down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
I love watching T.J. Ward play. Whether it's covering into deep zones or blitzing, this man makes plays.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill finding time. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. At each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll come out in the pistol. They give it to Anderson. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Let's go.
Lynch on the keeper. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
And this is a spot where you have your offense stay out there to get those few inches. It's too long for a field goal. It's not worth punting. So this is the right decision as far as I'm concerned, and they wind up picking up the first down.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. C.J. Anderson. And all the way home for a Bronco score. C.J. Anderson, 46 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play. Yeah.
That too. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On second down, Ivory. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Calling a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Lynch. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
To throw is Lynch. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But at the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
So 2nd and 10 here.
85, I'm coming for you. Coming for you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now.
2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. In the backfield is Anderson. Lynch to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Demaryius Thomas, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And out come the Dolphins now. They start on the ground with Ivory. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Green alone out to the right. After the interception, here's Lynch. Left side here to Sanders. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. So the Broncos coming out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The drive begins with a run by Ivory. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by Bruce Carter.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And now it's third down.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They set up the screen to Ivory. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come out here in the eye. First carry for the former Florida State man. It's Carlos Williams. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jarvis Landry, 31 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll try to run with Ivory. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's got time, and he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. So now on 4th down, on trots the Dolphins field goal unit and Andrew Franks. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Frank's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure.
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. He goes underneath for Anderson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. 3rd down, 15 yards still needed.
All right, here we go.
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
A running play now for Ivory. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When we did DeMarcus Ware's games in Dallas, Didn't we spend most of the time talking about him rushing the passer?
We did, and how about now?
Oh, boy, he's expanded his game in a big way. Really does a great job in the run game now, using his length, using his leverage to hold the point of attack and make plays, as we just saw there.
Jackson's got it over the middle. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They come out here in the eye. Tannehill now to throw. To the right side, complete to Escobar. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On third down, here's Williams. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. On fourth down, Tannehill. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 23 yards on the play. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. In the backfield is Anderson. On first down, it's Lynch. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. To throw on second down is Tannehill. A dump off for Ivory. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Tannehill on first down, underneath to Ivory. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice games, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And, oh, what a catch that time by Landry. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. In the backfield is Anderson. And they'll give it to him here. And an alley to run. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Landry now on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. And Tannehill sacked. Von Miller in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Tannehill now on second down. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game, so when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is Ivory, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Throwing on third down, Tannehill finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll hand it off now. Williams might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's Tannehill. Jackson's got it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
No gain. Quarterback sneak. No gain. Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. Here we go with Williams. Williams stopped up short. To the goal line on 4th down. And the Bronco defense comes up big. And not great starting field position here for the offense. The fullback Janovich on the handoff. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. We got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, it's Lynch. Right side complete. That's Woods. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now it's Lynch. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Lynch now throwing on 3rd. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Jackson's got it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On first down, this is Ivory. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. A long way to go for the offense here on third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Denver. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3. So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time, and that brings up 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Again, Anderson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.